Because when you're not vocal, that's that sketchy gray area where a whole shit ton of stuff can happen. And trust me, you do not want to fall into that gray area. You like my earrings? My friend made them. Details down below in the description box. Okay. Hey Wonderfros, welcome back to my channel. My name is eVani, and if you are new here, then welcome to my corner of the YouTube universe, and if you're old here, then hey guys, welcome back. Today, y'all, I'm gonna get into it because I think the summertime can be kind of detrimental to natural hair if you're not careful. I know a lot of people are careful, y'all pay attention, you know, but for everybody that don't know why your hair just like randomly started breaking off in July, this video is going to help you. But before I get into it, take one quick second, go down below, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos from me, and thumbs up if you like this type of content. And without further ado, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be going over 5 reasons why your hair might be breaking off in the summertime. Obviously, it's warming up. It is not officially summer yet. I don't think so, but it's on the way, y'all, okay? And spring here in Georgia is still pretty warm, so it's hot. All right, it's hot, and the weather can definitely impact your hair and your hair growth and whether or not it breaks off or if it stays on for these few months. So I just wanted to share a few things that I know have definitely broken my hair off in the past, or just things that you should watch out for, because summertime can either be for your natural hair betterment or for your natural hair detriment. So the first thing I wanted to mention is product buildup. Now this is true all times of the year, but I know especially in the summer, people pile on product because they know that the weather forces might be against them, okay? Especially when it comes to humid environments or if it comes to super dry environments. But for that reason, because you're trying to lock in all the moisture into your hair, you're trying to make sure it doesn't poof out and ruin your hairstyle, you pile on the product. I have definitely done this, and I know you have to strip all the product back out before you put it back in. Now you guys know I do not co-wash. I am not a co-washing type of a girl, but for all of you that do co-wash, or if you're just heavy-handed such as myself, make sure that you are cleaning your hair, clarifying your hair properly, because product buildup can break your hair off. A lot of people don't realize that that's what's happening when their hair starts rejecting their shampoos and conditioners or just doesn't respond the same. It's because the actual product isn't getting through to your hair because there's so much buildup on top of it. So definitely make sure you do not have any type of product buildup, because that is going to be a downfall for you. And it won't take long, to be honest. I'd say probably about a month, 4 to 6 weeks, you'll start to notice something ain't right if you got the product buildup going on, okay? And that kind of segues into my second point, that you need to clarify your hair after you swim. Now, if you're swimming in a chlorinated pool, or even like a saltwater pool, or even just salt water, you need to make sure, but definitely when you're swimming in chlorine, that you strip the chlorine back out, okay? Do it. Do not leave that chlorine in there. If you do, your hair is gonna dry out and break off even more. Now, I know I like to go swimming in the summertime, and swimming in pools, swimming in the ocean, swimming in general. I love water. I love getting in water. And yes, all of me getting in the water. Very rarely will I stay out because, oh, I don't wanna mess up my hair or get my hair wet. But when I do get it wet, I have to make sure I take the proper steps after I go swimming so that my hair doesn't break off later. Now, I have definitely also, at the longest, I think, fallen asleep after going swimming in like a chlorinated pool, but within 24 hours I get the chlorine out. You want to try and get it out as fast as possible. Make sure to use a clarifying shampoo or a chelating shampoo to make sure you actually get the chemical out. They also have swimmer shampoos to make sure all of the chlorine comes out of your hair and it neutralizes everything, because chlorine is a pretty strong chemical and you don't want that sitting in your hair for long periods of time. It is just going to dry your hair out really badly and break it off. So if you swim, if you like water, if you go all in and don't really care about the hair, make sure you have the proper steps after the fact, because it'll start breaking off and you're wondering what's going on, and it's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do after you get out the pool. That's it. It's the follow-up care. You gotta get down the follow-up care. Which segues into my third point, that you need to plan out your hairstyles. Now I know as a natural, if you've made it this far, girl, you had to do some planning because you know you want your hair to look a certain way by a certain day, okay? You know this. It's already a thing all times of the year, but in the summer specifically, at least for me, I know people are out and about. I got places to go. I got people to see. I got things to do. There's rooftop parties. There's cookouts, barbecues, reunions. Like, there's places, there's options, and I want to go. When it's colder outside, whatever, but when it's warmer outside, I want to be outside. So I like to get up and go, and I can't do that all the time. So you have to plan out your hairstyles. I know it sounds really tedious. I know it sounds really annoying, but if you're not planning out your hair, you're gonna start rushing, you're gonna start ripping through your hair, you're gonna try and get a comb through it super fast because you wanna get up and go and you wanna be included and you wanna go to the festivals and the carnivals and everything else is going on, and it's like, nope. Don't do that. You need to be just as patient with your hair in the summertime as you were for the rest of the year. Just because you have somewhere to go does not mean that your hair is going to be any more manageable because you're trying to get out the house fast. No, you need to make sure that you have planned out hairstyles, whether it's something that's more manageable for you or something that just works better in the summer so you don't have to put as much time in as you would in the winter. Just make sure that you're planning it out, because ripping through your hair, rushing through your hair, being in a rush period will lead to breakage, and that's all you, boo, bro, sis, trick. That's all you. You got concerts, you got beer gardens, you got kickbacks. That's all you too. Just make sure that the hair and the social life don't destroy each other, okay? Now, in regards to my fourth point, watching the weather. This might vary based off of where you live. I currently am in Georgia, but even back when I lived in Pennsylvania, the summers were hot. And those few months, you wanted to take extra precaution if you're outside or if you're outdoors a lot to make sure that the sun does not deep fry your hair. Don't put excessive oil on your hair and then walk outside and be out there at a concert or a festival or something for hours and hours with just oil in your hair. That's literally deep frying your hair. Just like you wouldn't put oil on your hair and then flat iron it. Don't go outside with a lot of oil in your hair and then bake in the sun. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know certain products can lighten your hair, which also breaks down the structure of your hair a little bit if it is getting lighter and losing color. And it also just makes it weaker because it's heated. Your body heat from your head and then the heat from the sun is just, your hair is baked. It's gonna be baked. So you can put heat protectant on your hair in the summertime. Now, I don't know how that mixes with gnats and stuff, because you know how hairspray attracts gnats? I hate that, because you want your style to hold, but you don't want bugs flying around your head like Queen of the Damned or something. But putting heat protectant in your hair definitely does protect it from the heat. And yes, heat from the sun, that is a thing. Does it get super hot where you live? I don't know. It does get pretty hot here in Georgia and back in Pennsylvania, to be honest. Like, there were certain days it was like, oh honey, you would not want to be outside for hours and hours. But if you are, say you just have a job where you work outside, if you're in landscaping and anything like that, if you go to Six Flags for a day, you want to protect your hair and you want to have something on there that's going to keep it from deep frying, from baking, from lightening and breaking down your hair structure, and just from breaking off at the end of the day, because extra crispy hair is not cute on nobody, okay? It might be, honestly, it might even be cute for like 24 hours, but right after, that thing is gonna start to break off. You don't want that, sis. Bro, get some heat protectant. I know it seems extra, but trust me, it works. If you can put on sunblock, spray on some sunblock for your skin, you can spray on some heat protectant for your hair. And my fifth and final point is not central to the summertime specifically. It's kind of all year round, but I know a lot of people will go and get their hair done right as the summer starts because they want protective styles or easier styles in the summertime so they don't have to deal with their loose, natural hair. But speak up for yourself. okay? If you go and get your braids put in, if you're getting locks done, if you're getting crochet, anything, if you are going to a stylist and they're going to style your hair, you need to be vocal about exactly what it is that you want. Because when you're not vocal, that's that sketchy gray area where a whole shit ton of stuff can happen. And trust me, you do not want to fall into that gray area. A lot of times, I know for me, I would put my trust into stylists thinking, oh, you know what it is that I want. I showed you the pictures, you should be able to go from there. But you don't know the experience level of everyone. You don't know how it's all gonna turn out in the end. And if they're doing something in the process that you don't like or you don't agree with, say something. Say it out loud. You are not going to offend them. You are not going to affect their money. You just need to be vocal about what it is that you want. Have enough confidence, say it respectfully and nicely, and make sure that they're responding to you as a client, as a customer, because you don't want to get up from that chair and fall in that gray area and go home and cry because something happened. Okay, your edges fell out the next day. You got the little bumps all around the edges from getting your hair braided the next day. You don't want that. You don't want that. So all I'm saying is make sure that you and your stylist are on the same page, because that's going to lessen the gray area and make sure that you're a happy customer and that your hair is going to bounce back like you want it to when it's all said and done. I don't think all stylists are bad. I do think that you just need to put your trust into someone that definitely knows what they're doing, and you guys can move forward and your hair can look good when you leave them, and it's gonna look good after you take out the style too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Remember to let your spirit, soul, and hair stay lifted like an Afro puff, and subscribe down below to my world so you don't miss any more videos from me. And if you do, then I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.